Ladies and gentlemen, we pride ourselves in great assembly programs at Beverly Hills High School. We will not start this assembly until we have the aisles cleared. The people that are in the aisles with cameras, would you please clear the aisles? Lisa.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony of the Beverly Hills High School graduating class of 1996. When we leave this stage, we are no longer obliged to be the people we have always been. The we becomes an I. Each person on this stage will become an individual and emerge into a world that will be new and different, full of opportunity, but also filled with setbacks. We might fall, but we will get up. We might fail at first to eventually succeed, and we might lose to know that winning is just around the corner. I used to be told that with each new semester I began, I had a clear slate. No grade was already set, and no opinion was yet formed. However, in that truth stayed the slight untruth that in high school you were always known for who you had been. Today, that slate is completely clear. As we step foot off the stage, it is as if we are walking into fresh snow and making the first tracks. Each of us will attempt to make tracks for others to follow. These tracks will make a path leading us to our respective futures. I know that for each of us, this future will be bright and bold. We are not people who follow change, but we are people who make change. The theme of this graduation is the times they are a-changin'. We, like every generation, live in a time of progress and advancement. However, unlike other generations, we will not watch this change happen, but we will take active roles to lead the world to a more prosperous destination. Though each person on this stage will continue in different paths, we will all have a uniting and bonding force: our education. We have learned here how to grow, to understand, and most of all, how to keep and respect friendships. Beverly has instilled in us the necessary tools to build a positive future. It is impossible to hypothesize what the future will bring. However, it is an indisputable fact that we, the class of 1996, will be ready and prepared for it. I now present to you the class of 96.
Until now, we have been cradled, safeguarded from all the downfalls that come along with being independent. Our parents have raised, cared for, and nourished us. We, like baby chicks inside of an egg, have been cautiously shielded from all the bad in the world. And like a famous poet once so eloquently put it, I am at ease here in my shell. And with all the special attention I am getting here, why should I ever want to come out? While we've been in our protective environment, we've stayed warm, comfortable, secured. Sure, we've all heard of the wrongs in society, but until now, they've always been another man's problems. I believe that we are going through one of the most frightening as well as most important transitions of life. We are standing at the crossroads of our futures. Change is ever present and taking place exponentially. We are witnessing the birth of a new phase of our lives, one in which it is time for us to abandon our shells and be independent in a rough world. We must make the decision to leave our nurturing environments and work hard to ensure a happy and successful future for ourselves. Sure, we're all scared. Why shouldn't we be? Fear is a natural reaction to change. I remember the transition from elementary school to high school. As 8th graders, we roamed the halls with an air of superiority. We were the graduating class of 1992, and so very proud of it. We frowned upon the lower classmen, denouncing them as too immature and too unsophisticated for our liking. But our egos were crushed on the day we set foot on the grounds of this enormous Beverly Hills High School campus. As we walked through the seemingly endless halls, with anticipation, we clung to one another, petrified of the unknown before us. Our eyes were opened to an environment we had only heard about through older siblings and friends. Returning to elementary school, we felt back at home in our commonplace environment. We weren't that mature after all. We were just a bunch of short little 14-year-olds who were in for a big shock as freshmen. Nevertheless, I got through my freshman, sophomore, and junior year without too many emotional scars. I've gained knowledge, friends, interests, and a new outlook on life. Beverly gave me the opportunity to explore my options so that I now know where I will be heading in the future. Through the unique community internship program, I was given the chance to work with the homeless people in my community. I saw a problem, and Beverly's faculty encouraged me to reach out and help others through fundraising drives and volunteer work, while simultaneously receiving school credit for my community service. Because of programs offered at our school, such as this, students like me can go and make a difference in our world. We are about to break out of our comfortable habitat and embark upon a new journey in life. The world needs people like us to enhance it with our skills and competence. Beverly served to give us the tools necessary for this long trip, including ambition and wisdom. Our teachers have motivated us to pursue knowledge for the sake of learning as a goal in itself. Sure, it's nice and cozy here at Beverly Hills High School, but it wasn't always so comfortable. What once resembled an endless green lawn filled with unfamiliar faces and a bunch of old and mature 17-year-olds behind the wheel of a new car is now just a setting for buildings full of classrooms occupied by recognizable and friendly faces. I laugh at myself now for ever wanting to be up high where the seniors reign. The times they are a-changin' for everyone, including us, the graduating class of 1996. Nothing has made us understand this more than visiting our future colleges. Beginning in the fall of this year, once again, we will be lost in a new and unidentifiable surrounding. There comes a time when a chick must part with its shell. Now it is time for us to leave our sheltered surrounding and venture out to seek our destiny. We are so lucky to have had the privilege to have attended such a prestigious high school that has successfully prepared us for endeavors yet to come. The transition is beyond a doubt frightening, but it is one of the most critical steps we will ever take. We are witnessing the birth of a new phase of our lives. Times are certainly changing, and we must change with them. Now is the opportunity to break out of our familiar habitats and aspire for further knowledge and independence. Happy birthday, Dad.
was June 17th, 1966, when my connection to Beverly Hills High School was established. It was on that day that my mother walked across these same green, rolling terraces to receive her diploma and face the turbulent world around her head on. She gave her boyfriend a last kiss goodbye as he marched off to the Vietnam War, never to return. There was a genuine sense of fear among the class of '66. They feared the escalation of a war that was beyond understanding. They asked a very important question: why? They began to question authority, and today, the class of 1996 is still in search of answers. Bob Dylan wasn't kidding when he said, "The times they are a-changin'." In this anthem of hope, he sang, "Come gather round people wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time is worth it to you to start saving, and you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changin'." When Bob Dylan wrote this song, foreshadowing the tumult of the later '60s, he was trying to warn the people of that time that the future would be bleak unless vital changes were effected. Which brings us to 1996. The Vietnam War is now over, but confusion and fear still characterize this graduating class. We are descending into the world from this sheltered environment in search of solutions, in search of answers to the questions that were never answered for the class of '66, searching to make change. Journalism advisor Gil Chesterton always told me to check my sources, to get the full story, to be fair to all sides, ultimately, to be a good journalist. It is rare to find good journalism today. Our television sets at home are full of tabloid-type stories that glamorize murder. One example, the O.J. Simpson trial. It is no wonder that people our age are running wild in the streets, shooting at each other to make a point, getting pregnant and raising children before allowing themselves a chance to live. The journalists that Beverly Hills High is sending into the world are ready to make a change. We will do justice to the news, not sell out for ratings. We are ready for honest journalism. Whether one of us becomes a staff member for the Los Angeles Times, the Washington Post, or Playboy magazine, we are ready to prove that the times they are changing, but within our set of standards, under our terms. The world has changed since 1966. In the 60s, John F. Kennedy was praised during his presidency and mourned after his death. People were very trusting, and they put their lives in his hands. We have to question authority. We have to fight for what we want. You don't see very many people today putting their lives in the hands of Bill Clinton. We need to find solutions ourselves. Do a little soul searching. Our journey into the world's chaos will be much more productive if we can evolve positively. The times they are changing within us. Every day we grow, sometimes reluctantly, both physically and spiritually. The future doctors sitting before you want to make sure that cures are found for the evolving diseases in the changing times. We will be stepping out of college at the turn of the century, the class of 2000, the dawning of a new millennium. It is a turning point that will bring about change in science. As doctors of the future, we cannot and must not be selfish. The impoverished people of our country deserve to be as healthy as those more fortunate. These doctors are going to create new and needed facilities and prove that the times they are changing for the better. June 17th, 1966. I wonder if those seniors sat in their chairs as we are today, nervous about their own direction, whether they questioned their decision about college, about the war, about their plans. We carry with us generations of the past, the present, and the future. We will accept our diplomas with pride today and know that today marks our opportunity to change the world. Thank you.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Arrivederci, farewell, so long. See you later. Adios. Adios, my dear ones. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Be here on the morrow. Be here. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Get some rest. Hasta la vista. Shalom. Cheerio. Cheerio, my good friends. Please, please, don't take any wooden nickel, not a one. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Here's your hat, what's your rush? Amen. Take it easy next time. For the best. Let's make like a tree and leave. See ya. That's the news, and I am out of here. Adios to you and you. So take care. Aloha, adieu. We'll miss you. Don't be a stranger. Come back. And thanks. Thanks for the memory.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Good morning and welcome to the Beverly Hills High School 1996 graduation ceremony. At this time, I want to acknowledge the teachers who are in the audience and thank them for their dedication, expertise in educating high school students in this community. Thank you, teachers. it's my honor to now present our guests seated on the platform. Will the department chairpersons, counselors, class sponsors, and administrators please stand? We all have enjoyed our years of guidance and nurturing of this special graduating class, and we thank you so much for your work. In addition, I personally thank the assistant principals for coordinating this year's senior events, Gayla Rabin for the senior tea and prom, Tanis Harris for the senior breakfast and beach day, and Rick Munitz for this entire graduation. Thank you. Also on the platform are members of the Board of Education and the district administration who provide leadership and maintain the quality of our educational program. Consistently, I have seen their commitment, dedication, and tireless efforts on behalf of the school district. Mrs. Joanne Copeland, President, Mr. Richard Stone, Vice President, Ms. Virginia Moss, Mrs. Lillian Raffle, and Mr. A.J. Wilmer, Superintendent Mr. Saul Levine, and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Bert Perlman. Would you stand and be recognized? And also a very special thanks to the custodial staff, the secretarial staff, the security staff, the gardening staffs, for their outstanding contributions to today's program. Thank you. This morning, I realize how eager the class of 1996 is to graduate, to receive the diplomas for which they have worked so hard, to join families and friends in joyful celebration of accomplishments, to get started with future plans. It is only fitting, however, that for a moment we reflect on the past as well as we look to the future. And this is as it should be. For over the several past years, you have worked and studied, practiced and played, grown mentally as well as physically. The class of 1996 has provided us with numerous achievements. The highest math SAT in the history of the school, with over 41% of the students scoring in the 600 to 800 range, and one student scoring 1600. Superb AP scores, over 80% scoring 3 or better, an academic decathlon championship, outstanding musical and drama performances, and many sports championships. Graduates, I've witnessed firsthand your active concern not only with the quality of your education at Beverly, but also with the education of future students. You've spoken out, taken a stand, worked to promote the general well-being of the students and the community. As you embark on a new chapter in your lives, you must plan for success just as you've done at Beverly. The class of 1996 will make a difference in the world we live in. As you look to the future, this will mean college and further years of study for most of you. However, whatever course your future takes, it's my sincere hope that you will look back at your years at Beverly as having prepared you to meet and deal with the challenges that life will present. We salute you, the class of 1996. You have cared deeply about others as well as yourselves, and we have cared very deeply about you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful class. They are bright, capable, and have distinguished themselves in every field of endeavor. They have not only upheld the Beverly ideal, they have placed their unique mark upon it. Their achievements rival those of any secondary school in the country. They are fine young men and women. I congratulate our graduates and their parents and wish you all health, happiness, and fulfillment. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire Beverly Hills High School, I present to you the class of 1996. Mrs. Raffle, you are the representative of the governing board of the school district. The members of the class have fulfilled the requirements as prescribed by the state of California and the Board of Education, and I recommend that they be granted diplomas of graduation.
Okay. Public school education, especially California's system, has been roundly criticized for failing to adequately educate our children. Although public education can always do better, evidence that public schools can and it does work, I submit to you as evidence the graduating class that has defied all of the stereotypes of public schools. The most outstanding graduates in the 68-year history of Beverly Hills High School, the class of 1996. I would like to share a few interesting facts about the 480 people that are graduating today. These graduates were born in 58 different countries, including the USA. They speak 30 different languages, including English. 53 of these graduates started school in kindergarten and went all the way through. And 77 of them were with us since first grade. 220 credits must be earned in order to graduate. Credits represent the number of courses a student has taken. The usual number of credits a graduate earns is 255. One of our students has the distinction of earning over 360 credits, the highest in the history of Beverly Hills High School. "96 students are graduating with high or highest honors. The average math SAT score was 558, the highest math average score in the history of the high school. And 41% of these students had math scores in the 600 to 800 range, with 800 the highest possible score. 94% of these graduates will be attending college in the fall. This is an amazingly talented class. We have incredibly gifted musicians, dancers, singers, actors, artists, and writers, along with outstanding architectural award winners, a championship academic decathlon team, star athletes, and student government and presidential classroom participants. In every area, these students have excelled. And here is just a sample of where our graduates are heading. Beverly has not had a student attend West Point in quite a while. This year, 2 students are going. Students have chosen Eastern School, such as Cornell, Harvard, MIT, NYU, University of Pennsylvania, Sarah Lawrence, and Yale. Others are heading south to Emory, Texas, Tulane. The Midwest was attracted to students who are attending University of Michigan, Northwestern, Washington University. But most of our students are staying in sunny California. And they are attending schools such as Claremont, Loyola Marymount, Pitzer, Santa Monica College, and Stanford. A large number of students will attend one of the California State University or the University of California campuses, with the majority going to UCLA. But USC was once again a very, very popular choice with these students. Other graduates are going to a foreign university or will attend specialty schools to study art or fashion design. A few graduates will spend a year working or traveling before furthering their education. And several will be serving in the military, either in the United States or in Israel. What makes these graduates truly special is they are the first class affected by the community service program. They have logged thousands of hours giving back to the community, from volunteering for a week at a summer camp for underprivileged children, to providing food for the homeless, to participating in programs that promote multicultural understanding. These students have demonstrated a love and desire to make the world a better place. How and why did all this success come about? There are many people to give credit to and thanks to in developing such an outstanding graduating class. First, naturally, we have to give credit and congratulations to our students for working hard and achieving so much. Next, we need to thank teachers, counselors, administrators, and all the support personnel that provide an educational environment so that our students were able to grow and flourish. I would like to offer special congratulations to all the parents of these students. You had faith in the Beverly Hills Unified School District to do the job of educating your children. Many of you had to make sacrifices, lifestyle changes, or bite a financial bullet in order to send your children to school here. I honor you for doing so. By example, you have demonstrated to your children how much you value a fine education. A special thanks go to an exceptional group of parents who, without fail, always provide inspiration and support to our schools, not to mention the much-needed cash for our special projects. Whenever the schools need anything, they are there to make it happen. These are the PTA parents. The hard-working PTA parents of the graduating seniors are sitting in the first few rows in front of me, and I salute them for all the time, dedication, and love they have given to our schools. I know that I speak for all the parents here today in saying that we all have dreams for the future of our children. We do not merely want to pass the torch to our graduating children. We ask them to seize the torch, hold it higher, run faster and longer with it than those who went before them. Former presidential advisor Harding Carter said, "There are only two lasting bequests we can hope to give our children. One of these is roots, the other wings." Parents, you have given your children rings in the form of family, community, education, and values. With these roots, our children will not just be able to fly, but they will soar. Several years ago, Board member Dana Tamarkin started a tradition of speaking to the graduating class and actually facing the students. If you will excuse my back for a minute, I would like to address the students directly. Hello. Although many of you think that the last day of high school was a couple of months ago, please trust me when I tell you today is the very last day. Today is the culmination of one of many phases you will have in your life. Next, you will be launching a new and hopeful phase. This commencement is both a culmination and an inauguration. Your high school diploma gives you entree to adulthood with all the challenges and opportunities the world offers. With the solid education you have now received, you are equipped to make informed choices to create a better future for you and others. Be responsible to your community, nation, and world. Become a citizen in the fullest sense of the word. Not only register to vote, but go out and vote. The next election is for President of the United States. How exciting that the first time you will vote, it will be a vote that will have a national impact. I encourage you to challenge the status quo. Work to change things you don't like. Don't just sit around and complain. It doesn't do any good. Problem solve and ask yourself how to make things better, how to get things done, and do not throw obstacles out to prevent things from happening. Don't let anyone ever drag you down, make you feel low or hopeless, and never do it to yourself. If you find yourself having difficulties, talk to your folks or a trusted friend. Remember that you can always call a teacher or a counselor here at Beverly. They care about you. Just because you graduate and move on does not mean you will be forgotten. These things I ask of you take a lot of courage. It takes courage and perseverance to make things happen. I look forward to living in a world that, in ways great and small, will be transformed by each one of you. Back to the front. I am honored to stand before you today and represent the Beverly Hills Board of Education. As a parent of one of the graduates, I am thrilled to be here. I feel that I represent all the parents here today. The pride we all feel for this graduating class is overwhelming. They carry all of our hopes for a better tomorrow. Our love for them is boundless. And when the tears run down our cheeks today, we hope they understand that they are tears of sentimental joy. Thank you.
I think you can see that Mrs. Raffle. I think you can see that Mrs. Raffle represents many of the parents in the audience and the emotion of today. Thank you, Mrs. Raffle, for a wonderful speech. We will now have the roll call of the graduates by our counseling staff. Awarding of diplomas will be by the Board of Education.
I beg your pardon? Right there. You're in front of her, yes. Yes, in front of her. David Rahimian,
Cyrus Ali Zargar,
Ivana Oksana Samokesh,
Ken Hung Soy,
Rabin Bog Omrani,
Katrine Carmela Yadgari,
Neda Samuhi,
Boris Leonidovich Sipin,
Hector Antonio Ramos,
Nazanin Yagobian,
Catherine Rebecca Schilling,
Paris Andon Snyder,
Parham Ramtin,
Stephanie Yang,
Karim Giyat Naqshbendi,
Edward Eli Baseman,
Stephen Emmanuel Ryan,
Angela Chi-An Yen,
Sonia Michelle Schwartz,
Nemanja Valjarovich,
Alan Michael Daniel Resnick,
Sung Yoon,
Shirley Setare,
Nandi Barati,
Taylor Arthur Rhodes,
Catherine Ching Moy Young,
David Payman,
Richard Allen Wall,
Alon Moshe Ram,
Joshua Brian Wolf,
Hei Yong Sunny Song,
Drew Wang,
Paul Michael Rosen,
Cabron White,
Jennifer Elaine Rebert,
Holly Winchman,
Avraham Haim Ross,
Sarah Michelle Ziazi,
Isabel Rojas,
Lytel LaShawn Williams,
Gregory Todd Ruben,
Raheem Williams,
Randall Marie Rubaum,
Sharona Zarabi,
Yoel Michael Sakai,
David Zarnigan,
Ardavan Adi Rabie.
Avi Yamini.
It's very important, Andrew. It's it's very important that the people in the aisle stay down and don't block anybody's view. Thank you.
Kevin Howard Wolf,
Benjamin Arnold Sanchez,
David Ko Yun,
Sepide Sagizade,
Ellie Unezi,
Wesley Krogan Sarokin,
David Jimmy Young,
Aaron Zev Schiller,
Courtney Jill Walker,
Joshua Theo Schwartz,
Mike Zeta,
Adam Howard Newman,
Cameron Silani,
Jacqueline Rachel Pinhas,
Jamila Onita Taylor,
Daniel Kevin O'Shea,
Michael Jared Sloan,
Tanaz Eve Purat,
Donna Chichua,
Human Rahimian,
Dion Manu Smith,
Leora Pursalimi,
Andy Christine Tessick,
Athanasios Petros Panagopoulos,
Arash Vahidi,
Viola Reichel,
Elhum Musazadeh Terani,
James Park,
Patrick Min Spear,
Julia Allison Rainwater,
Karen Tinfas,
Trisha Nicole Silberkleit,
Charles Jungwoo Su,
Helsa Rauf,
Tana Tomoljenovich,
Piaman Nissan Pirian,
Kambiz Tabaraki,
Irina Rashkovsky,
Karen Sai,
Amir Ali Piruzmand,
Ramin Tabibnia,
Vanessa Rachel Rayner,
Judy Han Sue,
Mernush Salim,
Brian Jacob Tack,
Ariel Marcus Rosenberg,
Shayna Renee Udell,
Sean Michael Salvatore Porazzo,
Ken Takahashi,
Daphna Renan,
Sonia Van Dyne,
Seth Patrick Santino Porazzo,
Igal Talasazan,
Sean Sadgan,
Marjan Vasegi,
Jason Nitin Prasad,
Andrew Wellman Taylor,
Audrey Ellen Sachs,
Elena Vasilevskaya,
Joseph Mino Price,
Corey Michael Tobin.
Alejandro Francisco Sanchez Behar.
Anthony Ka Long Yu.
Stephen Edward Samuel.
Christopher Francois Toman.
Cindy Hernandez Salcedo.
Taryn Mary Wallach.
Pedram Rahbarpur.
Terrence Hul Iran Sai.
Adam Bluewall Pifko.
Dia Talwar.
Rebecca Tova Pilch.
Amnon Zvi Siegel.
Raman Nurizad.
David Mehdi Seji.
Sok Chian Gov.
Simin Shabani.
Elan Yosef Naemi.
Adam Ezra Seidman.
Orly Nasir.
Sharzad Shafakia.
Dan Israel Naim.
Arash Satare.
Deborah Nazarian.
Very Shy.
Katya Renee Schwartz.
Aaron Shabtai.
Farnaz Nazarian.
Jennifer Shin.
Michael Bain Nash.
Sia Darius Shariari.
Soheila Rebecca Nazarian.
Panta Shirazi.
Thomas Louis Naylor.
Brian Medard Shami.
Mariam Nikravesh.
Yawanda Patricia Siahaya.
Jason Lawrence Nazar.
Richard Elliott Shamulian.
Jamie Naomi Nissan.
Vanessa Tamara Spaeth.
Benjamin Nazarian.
David Shilian.
Farah Noah.
Maureen Slutsky.
Doron Nazarian.
Arian Shomatube.
Hisung Nicole Om.
Shiri Suffer.
Michael Nehurai.
Michael Shohead.
Shahin Nejat Bina.
Negar Sanaz Siamak.
Daniela Penhash Skashi.
Steve Rostislav Shpilsky.
Todd Jones Netter.
Galit Tobal Stern.
Nika Perenchevich.
Jared Shu.
Jung Yu Seo.
Gina Noel Stewart.
Siri Alice Perlman.
Jason Dean Shuffield.
Natasha F. Murati.
Saman Tabibnia.
Leila Movahedi.
Charles Kent Johnson.
Sandra Carolyn Malatesta.
Jeremy Dwayne Jones.
Alexander Marcel Maurice.
Karen Kate Capolco.
Nilu Malakapur.
Pedro Bicalho Gumeras.
Avi Morchi.
Shanti Garanethan.
Anna Marden.
Colin Wells Gunderson.
Elon Murdoch.
Seppi Hagigi.
Miriam Cecilia Marin.
Michael Hagnazarzadeh.
Maria Johanna Markula.
Tanya Shireen Hakim.
Sam Muradzada.
Alan Solomon Haim.
Jesse Lynn Martin.
Angela Hahn.
Bobby Musazada.
Pedram Hakimi.
Rinat Masamed.
Lauren Hausner.
Solomon Moskovich.
Christopher Alvier Galt.
Megan Eileen McKenna.
Kylie Hebert May.
Pedram Mashfet.
Kenneth Eugene Harvey.
Marianne Mahanian.
Larima Henderson.
Billy Ray Nash III.
Todd Hassan.
Orly Mendelowicz.
Alana Beth Hoffman.
Manning O'Connor.
Leon Ben Hazany.
Shane Merritt.
Rachel Seema Hollander.
Janelle Cunanan Taylor.
Gregor Hesse.
Magdalena Ergowine Mesvin.
Daphna Hopensnan.
Sheila McHale.
Amin Mike Gafori.
Juyun Min.
Autumn Joy Jackson.
Sharon Mintz.
Hussein King Idrisu.
Emmeline Mishkin.
Carmen Yvonne Jimenez.
Tawny Francis Mitchell.
Sam Ali Javaharian.
Shirley Mobasser.
Danny Samuel Jaffe.
Jordan Judah Lowy.
Dennis Ironi.
Lena Lanceman.
Sharam Javdanfar.
Daniel Litvin.
Andre Gabriel Farkas.
Holly Lovey.
Sherry Elihu.
Michael Eric Levy.
Dylan Samuel Philku.
Elaine Teresa LeDuff.
Aaron Isha English.
Rebecca Ann Levy.
Michael Theodore Venezia.
Christian Carlson McDonald.
Shabnam Eshagian.
Mia Tana Levine.
Erica Fabricant.
Jonathan Mahabubi.
Timothy William Fremo.
Sarah Elizabeth Lewis.
Nicole Marie Faith.
Anthony Michael Marciano.
Joshua Jared Friedman.
Angie Happy Liu.
Ortila Faryab.
Daniel Jonathan Marks.
Zachary Adam Friedman.
Catherine Brooke Lipton.
Shani Francis Feig.
Darren Marks.
Keon Hamilton.
Amanda Liu.
Tanya Theodosiefa.
Adam Keith Mady.
Mikias Michele Gedebu.
Monica Lee Liu.
Amanda Lynn Fisher.
Derek Paul McNally.
Jared U. Holdridge.
Marnouche Majobi.
Michelle Fuentes.
Eric Paul McNally.
Ben Nathan Glaberman.
Bahara Maharam.
Amanda Corey Gamer.
Ari David Monison.
Leobardo Gonzalez.
Mariam McCabe.
Jennifer Ann Garakian.
Matthew Aaron Messler.
Jason Grant Gorski.
Narda Malakzad.
Maria Elena Garcia.
Hamid Meshki.
Alex Gottlieb.
Yelena Kablaner.
Pia Jambruno.
Jerry Ray Lafayette.
Benjamin Gottlieb.
Karen Klesick.
Shannon Marie Dickinson.
Kashiar Lalazari.
Jordan Scott Duboff.
Jamie Andrea Cohn.
Iris Miralisa Deneau.
Jason Lesser.
Nicholas Theodore Ebeling.
Helene Lamb.
Marissa Allison Ann Dubrovich.
Todd Stephen Levinson.
Gerald Ruben DeJean.
Marjan Lama.
Julia Ann Duffy.
Jackie Stanley Levy.
Jenny Dusansky.
Michelle Rebecca Langer.
Dror Barzib.
Ryan Lowell Frank.
Roya Danishgar.
Doris Carindian.
James Badge Dale.
Bruce Edward Hearn.
Najeen Dehesh.
Tyler Lund.
Jonathan Joseph Elbaz Deckel.
Carey Michelle Krischer.
Dina Delka.
Keon Soon Kim.
Anthony Michael Diamond.
Tay Kim.
Desiree Rose DiMonto.
Meredith Mercedes Kraut.
Rod Delajani.
Alex Koskin.
Susan De Miranda Gepp.
Daniel Mark Kramer.
David Isaac Duick.
Alan Isaac Kravick.
Rolando Mauricio Carillas.
Danielle Nicole Kunsky.
Lindamar Castillo.
Thomas Chul Kim.
Linda Chaman.
Alexander Kumpan.
Paul Cho.
David Ruben Kwiat.
David San Shik Chan.
Elizabeth Young Kung Kwan.
Bardia Barry Kohanim.
Richard Kohan.
Manuel Contreras.
Danielle Sung Il Kong.
Sean David Zucker.
Ayel Yakov Kimchi.
Robert Franklin Kroll.
Victor Congo Keo.
Richard David Bakadarian.
Tisha Kopel.
Parnaz Barnajian.
Thomas Antero Karkan.
Eagle B. Banner.
Kathy Kim.
Renee Benchmuel.
Shlomi Katan.
Michelle Louise Bendix.
Sung Hee Kim.
Stanislav Bazovich.
Michael Allen Katz.
Shira Dana Aflalo.
Hannah Kim.
Asaf Behar.
Emil Joseph Kelman.
Jenna Danielle Bernard.
Sherry Kohan.
Vahid Bezadi.
Siyama Kakushi.
Desiree Besharadzadeh.
Lindsay Nicole Cranes.
Yaniv Alcalay.
Gabriel Kohanian.
Whitney Samantha Blumenfeld.
Ji Hoon James Kim.
Aaron Amanpour.
Matthew Abraham Kaufman.
Diana Pachara Borabon.
Jennifer Lynn Wynn.
Sean Sharam Azizadeh.
John Williston Harris.
Mariah Elise Brightel.
Virginia Muntean.
Alex Beer Amaral.
Stephanie Levitt Midler.
Stella Ann Bruno.
Daniel Lewis Rappaport.
Justin Michael Block.
Carolyn Ann Van Ostrom.
Leticia Castaneda.
Kaya Morkai Warlen.
Michael Andrew Brody Waite.
Leslie Aaron Ong.
Martin Chibber.
Farbod Isaac Sabui.
Ron Bahat.
Sherry Godassi.
Jenny Chang.
Jonathan El Kahayam.
Zorik Brazlowski.
Luis Antonio Cantero.
Maisha Callie Bacon.
Vinko Bali.
Dan Brune.
Samuel Aram Daneshvar.
Tamara Therese Johnson.
Barzine Kabe.
Daniel Abadia.
Regina Lynn Gardner.
Annabelle Abouab.
Kambiz Kamdar.
Emmanuel Jonathan Abrashami.
Laura Deborah Cantor.
Amber Felicia Abramson.
Midori Kakiyoshi.
Navid Adamus.
Steve Kang.
Farnaz Abrashami.
Jessica Pearson Kessler.
Machiar Adeli.
Wanger. Todd Russell Wanger.
Nazanin Abtai.
Hania Tour.
Eric Lee Adler.
Maria Paulina Gazaras.
Prentice Pauline Benjamin.
Brian Scott Pokras.
Monica On.
Eliza Clara Steele.
Jonathan Bergman.
Mira Jang.
Michael Paul Burns.
Brandon Michael Perlberg.
Lark Anthony Aldrin Feynman.
Melissa Nicole Jacobus.
Seong Min An.
Ariana Gabrielle Klieger.
Tara Lynn Rose Allen.
Eric Yao.
Sherwin Arastazad.
January Lee Thompson.
Shirley Amin.
Lindsay Terrace Feldman.
Sasha Arefi.
David Adam Lucky.
Julie Michelle Anthony.
Raina Lauren Ceroti.
Nathan Asdurian.
Jillian Paige Landau.
Elena Asil.
Jared Nelson Levy.
Gil Bieberstein.
Jamie Allen George.
Nayla Baghdadi.
Rayut Duor.
Justin Ryan Brooks.
Aaron David Kogan.
Anna Curdo.
Tina Lee Bay.
Rivka Babe.
Lisa Jerry Lewis.
Jennifer Chadorchi.
Adam Spencer Gordon.
Nicole Carter.
Alisa Bourne. Lisa Dabby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 96!
When I graduate, I got to put the story straight.
September 7th. September 7th, 1992. Our first day at Beverly Hills High School. We were overwhelmed, almost paralyzed with fear, as we entered the never-ending halls of Beverly as timid little freshmen. This new environment was neither accommodating nor comfortable. In fact, our only goal that day was to successfully make it from class to class. Dazed and confused, we felt as though we had entered the real world. Now, 4 years later, we find ourselves in the same boat. For the second time in my life, I again find myself entering what seems to be the real world. My 4 years at Beverly are filled with wonderful memories. The question keeps racing through my mind. Why do I want to subject myself to a new, unfamiliar world? I'm going to have to start from the beginning. Meet new people, find new shortcuts, and learn new ways to beat the system. But like all great things, our high school experience must also come to an end. For the times, they are changing. After all, the only constant is change. We have all grown tremendously as people. Along the way, the graduating class of 1996 has The graduating class of 1996 has exceeded all expectations. In front of you today are some of the most intelligent students in California, some of the greatest athletes, exceptional musicians, and performers. Sitting before you are the architects and engineers that will build our tomorrow, the doctors that will be working out of those buildings, and the lawyers who will be suing those doctors. Beverly has provided us with the tools and foundation for a successful future. Now is our chance to venture into the world and prove how great we really are. It is actually ironic that the term used for graduation is the word commencement. The root of the word commencement is commence, which is defined as to enter upon, to begin. In actuality, graduation is not an ending, but a beginning. We close one chapter of our lives only to begin another. However, as we all go our separate ways, we must not forget the wonderful support and education we received here at Beverly. I ask all of you to take a moment and look around. As I look around, I see my classmates, my friends, I see my teachers, my coaches, and my family. I realize how all of you have played parts in forming who I am today. And as I look forward to leaving in August, it occurs to me that all I take with me when I leave Beverly is the person I've become. I am confident that this person and these graduates will take the tools that we received at Beverly and apply them to face all challenges that may lay in the path to a successful future. I want to thank you all for helping form the person I am today. Most importantly, I want to thank my parents and my sisters, and in effect, the families of all the graduates for standing by us every step of the way. Thank you. And now I invite you to rise and join us in the singing of our alma mater.